Happy holidays, everybody. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now, this is going to be my last Christmas blog of 2016, so before I get into the actual blog, let me tell you a little story from my childhood. You see, during my junior high years, from fall 2003 to summer 2005, every weekday after school, I had to go to a group called Kids Club, which was held at the Mission Viejo Christian Church. During my time there, I came upon a book called The Crippled Lamb by Max Lucado. It's a story about a little lamb named Joshua, who was born with a crippled leg and left out by all the other sheep in his flock. But one night, when he was left behind in a stable, he uses his warm wool to keep a baby who turns out to be baby Jesus warm. This story was really touching, and it gives a nice moral that God has a special place for everyone, especially for those who feel left out. However, what really surprised me was that during the winter of 2007, I discovered that the story had been turned into an animated Christmas special, which of course is what I'll be blogging tonight. Released to television on December 9th, 2000, the movie is The Crippled Lamb. So, let's get started. Joshua, a crippled lamb who always felt left out, longs to keep up with the flock. But God had a very special plan for him, just as he does for everybody. One cold winter night, Joshua is left behind in a stable to watch history's greatest event unfold, and to play a very special part in it. So, what are my thoughts? Well, this movie is a beloved Christmas classic, and one of my absolute favorites. It really tugs at my heart every time I watch it. But in order to explain why I love this movie, let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, since there isn't much behind the scenes trivia, let's talk about the animation. And in my opinion, this style of hand-drawn animation is surprisingly good. Some parts of it, including the characters from the humans to the animals designs, stayed true to the original book's illustrations. Well, almost. While this movie is pretty short, one of my favorite scenes is during the end, when baby Jesus is born, and when Mary puts him on Joshua's soft, warm wool. Another scene that was interesting to me was when we see several families beginning their journeys to the place of their birth. That scene references the census from the Bible. But there is one scene in this movie that was never in the book. And that scene is when Joshua wanders off at night and bumps into a mountain lion named Kobash, voiced by Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. This scene was really scary, but then it becomes epic when the shepherd Samuel jumps in and saves Joshua from being eaten. I also like how this movie explains that God has a special place for everybody, including crippled lambs or autistic children. Now, to be honest, there are a couple songs in this movie. However, for now, I'd like to talk about two of them. The first song is called I'm Better, I'm Best, sung by a lamb named Isaac, voiced by Jesse Cortez, who has done voice work for films like Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, and Zootopia. In this song, Isaac brags how he's better than all the other lambs in the flock. Also, Joshua and Laura join in too. Joshua describes how much he wants to be like Isaac and the others, but no matter how much he tries, he just can't. And as for Laura, well, she's the supporting and encouraging part of the song. We also get to hear Angels We Have Heard on High, sung by a background chorus, while the angel Gabriel tells the shepherds the good news about Jesus' birth. Anyway, now that we're done with Mustang notes, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought him to life. Our crippled lamb, Joshua, is voiced by Janie Elias, who has voiced Botley in Jumpstart 3rd Grade, and a young Max Goof in Goof Troop. In my opinion, Joshua is a very relatable character, not just because he has the same name as mine and has a disabled leg, but I know what it's like to feel left out like he has been. Next we come to Joshua's best friend, Abigail the Cow, voiced by Ariel herself, Jodie Benson, who's also been in films like Don Bluth's Thumbelina, as well as Disney's Enchanted, the Toy Story sequels, and of course, the Floating Palace special. Abigail is my favorite character in the story, because she's like a mother figure for Joshua. She and Joshua like to look up at the stars and imagine that they're on adventures together. Another thing that I love about Abigail is her song, In the Arms of Love. In my eyes, that song is a very beautiful lullaby, and Jodie Benson's singing is simply wonderful, as always. Speaking of which, Jodie also gets to sing Away in a Manger during the end credits, and to me, it's a really beautiful cover. Next up we have Asa, an old camel voiced by Robbie Benson. Best known as the Beast from Disney's Beauty and the Beast, and he also voiced a horse named Blaze in PJ Sparkles. Now, this guy may not appear too many times throughout the story, but mostly he serves as the narrator, telling a young goat named Benjamin about all that had happened on that beautiful night. The rest of the cast includes Melissa Disney, Townsend Coleman, and Brian Cummings. And now, let's move on to my final words. Overall, The Crippled Lamb is a wonderful little movie. Even though it's only 25 minutes long, the story is so captivating that you won't even notice. The character designs are great, the animation is pretty good, the songs are wonderful, and the voice acting is spectacular. It's definitely a Christmas film that holds a very special place in my heart, especially during the holidays. So, if you folks haven't seen this film yet, then I suggest you pick it up from your local DVD store, or if you want, you can order it online and watch it with your children. So, with all that said, it gives me great honor to award this film the highest rating of 100%. And, with that said, Season 4 of Mustang Prince Orro Reports comes to an end. Be sure to join me in 2017 for Season 5. So, until then, this is Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, saying, Mustang Power. And have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year.